You good?
All right. Welcome, all you Cougar fans out here. I'm JT Norville, alongside Doug Kuhlman, and, of course, our Director of Sports Technology, Mr. Gossett. So welcome, all you Cougar fans here tonight. Senior night here. We're going to start with the JV game as the crowd starts to trickle in here. And if you can see across the camera, Doug you surely can see us over here with his shirt he has on. So he said it's going to be the Cougars' new color. It's a bright in about 2 or 3 years, right? It's got to go through some approvals.
There's some approval process to get this thunder green and lightning yellow approved. So I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Well, we haven't done many games together this year, Doug. I know, after COVID, our schedules kind of got a little bit busy. So we're sprinkling in a JV game tonight for all of our viewers. The Cougars are in their white, taking on Rosati-Kain in the purple and yellow. Or gold, is that, Doug? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they call it yellow, yeah.
Yeah. Williams down low, doesn't make it, and Rosati-Kain. What's their mascot, Doug?
So it's interesting. They're actually the Cougars as well, but the Cougars with a K. So you have Cougars with a K and Cougars with a C. Kind of fun.
Yeah, so it's not really C squared. It's just a totally different Cougar.
Cougar with a K, absolutely.
Okay. That's an interesting fact. I remember that from years past. Reminds me of my high school days. These were my colors, the Tornadoes from Taylorville. We were purple and gold.
Luckily enough, they're in Southern Illinois to have those colors, huh?
Yeah.
And that's an interesting piece. Is the yellow and purple is not a common color combination in the St. Louis area. I don't know if it is in the Illinois area.
You know, it's really got that royalty color to it, right? It's the the crown sort of thing, right?
Yep, so, for sure.
As the Cougars with a K off the mark, and here come the Cougars with a C. That's going to be tough to announce all night, Doug. I got to tell you.
Cougars back and forth.
To the dish, that is number 25. And, Doug, do we have her on? I'm sorry, I don't see her on the list here.
Oh, yeah.
So, number 25 there with the bucket for the Cougars. The Cougars are in their white, taking on Rosati-Kain. Out of bounds, and it's going to stay with LHS. 2-0, LHS. Senior night here. As the Cougars walk it up. Kuhlman inside to Young. Young pump fakes, baseline, bucket. What a great move by Sydney Young.
Well, the nice thing about Sydney there, JT, is we have seen quite a growth of her over this year. You know, kind of that's something she would not have making that take here earlier in the season. She's kind of commanding on the offensive end as the season has gone along here this year.
That was textbook. I mean, just classic textbook down the block move. She's a sophomore, right,
That
Sydney?
is correct.
Okay.
Bright future, Sydney Young.
Absolutely. The Youngs have all Kuhlman with the steal. She pokes it away. And here come the Cougars the other way. Inside the paint, number 25 off the mark, and Rosati-Kain's going to go the other way. And 25.
Jariah Johnson. Tell you what, that was a nice move to the bucket and just a little off the mark there, JT, for Jariah.
JJ, I don't know if that's her nickname, but that's my dad's name, so we're going to stick with that, JJ.
You like giving nicknames out to people, don't you?
There's a Rosati-Kain.
Injury there, number 44 for the Cougars.
Didn't see what happened there, but she's definitely visually in pain here, so hopefully she's okay. This is the trainer for the Cougars. Go out to check her out. So we'll pause for a moment here.
Well, and JT, like you said, this is a big night here at Lutheran High. It's senior night for these Cougars with a C, and you have 2 seniors tonight who are going to be celebrated and hopefully have a good contest between the Cougars with a K and Cougars with a C.
Absolutely. A whole lot of Cougars in this building tonight.
And the nice thing, too, is we'll also take the opportunity. Rosati-Kain has 6 seniors that will also be celebrating and be providing them with a rose, just like we do our 2 seniors here, both Layla and Megan. So that'll be kind of fun here as the varsity game tips off here in about an hour and 15 minutes.
It looks like she's holding her kind of shin area, kind of her lower leg. So
Yeah, I thought she got dinged in the face when turned around and, ran the other way, kind of caught a shoulder, but you're right, kind of holding that leg down there. Well, beyond that, JT, it's another coming up next Friday night. We have our Pink Out night here at Lutheran High, so both the JV and varsity boys and girls teams will be in action, and I think you'll be here that night as well, announcing doing the play-by-play for the JV and the varsity contest that kicks off, or rather tips off at 3:30 p.m. with the JV girls, followed by the JV boys at 4:45, followed by the varsity girls at 6 p.m., and the varsity boys then at 7:30, and that'll be a big night here at Lutheran High again with those 4 basketball games being played. Once again, folks, if you have a shout-out you would like to give, in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, you will see that number, and that number again is 314-497-3014. Give us a shout-out up here in the booth, 314-497-3014.
Yeah, I think you're right, Doug. She might have took one in the head. Hopefully she's okay there.
Yeah.
She's grabbing the left side of her head there. I hate to see that.
Absolutely.
Prayers to her, number 44, with Rosati-Kain. Am I saying that right? Rosati-Kain?
Rosati-Kain, RK.
Okay.
So,
I don't know what I was going to say, Doug. So it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm getting my bearings straight. So Barnes is going to bring it up. It's 4-0. Cougars with a C as Young surveys. Barnes looks around. Oop! Good poke out there by Rosati-Kain, and they're off to the races. A little bit hard. Off a foot there. That's off Rosati-Kain, and let's see if the Stripes miss that call, but that's okay.
I was going to say, it looks like that. Did that go off of Kenny Williams' foot there?
It went off somebody's foot. I thought it was purple and gold.
I definitely thought it was purple and gold too, but regardless, we are wrong.
Here we go. It was a great steal by 14 there on that previous play. She tries to shoot the 3, and that one's lodged up. Good luck getting that one. Let's see what they do. So this ball is lodged just above the backboard, right in between the metal and the backboard. So let's see. Another ball may do the job.
I was going to say, just got to get another ball up there and throw it at it. But we're just kind of standing around like we don't know what we're doing. Let's get one of these officials. Oh, the 2 officials we have tonight are ones we have had for a while. It is Barry Bognar here, is the man over right by the scorer's table, and the one underneath the basket there is Norm Rescott. So good to have Norm and Barry here, so taking care of this game for us.
Let's see. He was going to give it a whirl there, but he's he was only about a foot off. Okay, I think that shirt's a little tight on him.
Yeah,
there.
Stop while you're ahead.
Oh goodness. Well, this game may be over at 9 at this pace here.
Yeah, right. Let's see if Coach Coach Kreinkamp. There we go. He's good for a lot of things. Teaching theology is one of them. Getting balls down is another.
It looked like he's done that a time or two, Doug.
He would probably be the first to admit that he's done that himself numerous times.
I think he's lodged a few balls up there. All right.
Skill to get him down.
Well, an injury, a ball stuck above the rim, and here we go. Cougar ball. Barnes looks inside, but Young is guarded. That's Crenning there. Pump fake, goes inside the paint, off the back, gets her own rebound, kicks it out to Young, baseline. Young's going to stop, 3-footer off the mark. That's 22 with the rebound. North. That's a new player for me. Is she a freshman there?
She's a sophomore, yeah.
Okay, sophomore. Yeah, you're right, Doug.
Ellie North made a nice play there getting the rebound, and then just kind of got tied up as she went up with that ball. Well, as soon as the Cougars with a C travel, the Cougars with a K travel right back, and ball goes back over to the Cougars, JT.
Yeah, so Young had it on the baseline there. I would have liked to have seen her take it all the way to the dish. She had nothing but daylight in between her and the dish.
Yeah, she just stopped and popped there for about 6 feet, and I think you're right. She could have gone all the way in with the ball.
Well, here we are, 4-0, 3:33 left in this first quarter as Crenning kicks it to Barnes. Barnes is going to, she thought about the 3, goes baseline, over to Young, down to North. North spins, Crenning, what is that, a 17-footer? Just inside the 3 and off the mark. Loose ball, and here comes Rosati-Kain. looking for their first bucket, didn't get it. Barnes is going to go the other way. Boy, she's got some speed. Dribbles left. Young steps out, 17-footer, nothing but the bottom of the net.
Absolutely. That was a little Steph Curry impersonation there, a little step back, almost with a 3 ball, about 4 inches back. That's 3, not just the 2.
Young's feeling it tonight, and we are giving out a claw award here, right, for the JV game?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Ooh, no soup for you from Young there. A casual block. She kind of just casually stuck her hand
up there.
Didn't even really have to jump. Ooh, had Kuhlman cutting. She wanted it too. Young missed her, but Krenning's going to take the 3 off the mark to the right. Young right there for the rebound. She's fouled.
Well, that was nice position there by Sydney Young to get underneath there. And usually when those 3-pointers, you don't see the ball come down just like that. So right place, right time. Sydney Young go shoot 2 here.
Young having a great game here.
Absolutely.
Love to see her playing like this.
Well, we have our first shout out here. Shout out from Sally Hartman and Ken Hartman, watching in Lee's Summit, Missouri with Henry Hartman. Henry Hartman happens to be the nephew of Grace Kuhlman.
All right.
Yeah, so he's catching that game. Hello, Henry. Look forward to seeing you again with your cousins.
Young off the mark, made her first, missed the second. She almost tracked down the offensive rebound on her own free throw there. North playing defense. Ooh, look at Barnes really face guarding her player there. Young causing all problems for Rosati-Kain in this man-to-man defense. Still looking their first bucket, and Kuhlman pulls down the defensive rebound, and here she comes the other way. She's going to be the general here. Well, just for a second she was. Krenning, pump fake, baseline. Over to North, in the paint, off the mark. North gets her own rebound. Loose ball, and Rosati-Kain is going to control it. And here come the Cougars with a K.
Well, this has been a real interesting offensive sets for these Cougars here for Lutheran High.
Deep three from 26 feet.
I mean, that's a Jordan Spicer type 3 there, JT.
Yeah, I thought calling Dr. Spicer. Krenning, baseline, nothing but net. Well, that's what we needed to get her started. She had a couple misses here, and I think it's an opportunity for us with a timeout here. We're going to hear from our sponsors.
Well, let's hear from our family sponsors here. Thank you very much for your support of Lutheran High. Ricky and Lynn Bertel, Mike and Kelly Van Pamel, Jeff and Amber Kessler, Tim and Heather Mesa, Greg and Nicole Wood, Matt and Sarah Savilli, Art and Nyla Sanderson, Keith and Amy Zumbell, Doug and Julia Ayers, Brian and Cindy Satarski, Sean and Jennifer Nevins, Ken and Tony Bennett, Michael and Lori Albert, Tom and Nancy Spar, Chris and Jill Gersner, Mike and Kathy Versman, Dr. Dick and Marcia Craven, Karen Milster, Rod and Charlene Salyers, Dave and Kathy Chapin, David and Michelle Reed, Scott and Holly Rodman, Dustin and Lacey Flassick, and Alan and Kelly Connor. Thank you for your support.
Sorry about that, folks.
Well, it's been an interesting start to this game here, JT. I mean, it seems like the Cougars can't get their offense kind of on track. Seem to just be kind of off, not really running a complete offense here with ball movement and whatnot. So you kind of hope that Coach Kreinkamp here during this timeout is able to make some changes and get these Cougars running at full steam.
I feel like they're stuck in the mud a little bit. It's like the pace is just a bit off.
Kind of
right?
slow motion,
Slow motion.
For sure. I would agree.
But Young is not in slow motion, as she's, I think, had 5 of the 9 points for the Cougars here.
Yeah, that's been a good start for her. She has really kind of owned that paint down there. Well, so has Ellie North.
Yeah, Ellie North has been involved in that paint, so she smells that claw award.
She wants that claw.
I don't think either of them have been claw award winners. So
I don't believe this year, possibly last year. My memory's not that great, but
Young pokes it away, forces the turnover, and Kuhlman gets the loose ball, and here comes the Cougars. 9-0, despite all the, maybe not clicking on offense here, playing 100%. They're still up 9-0 here in this JV game on senior night. Kuhlman thought about 3, goes baseline. Runner on the baseline. Grace Kuhlman drives left with a runner.
Well, she was watching James Harden last night in the 76ers, and he made some nice plays against the Nets, so she was probably thinking, I'm just going to do my best James Harden impression there.
Oh, look at North. Picks it away. Here she comes trotting down, and she's almost galloping. What a pass there to
Yeah.
Crenning. Did you see the gallop there?
I did. Ellie North, she's got some wheels on her. She's a heck of a track athlete and went to state last year in a couple of events. Somebody can fact check me on what they exactly are, but she is an athlete and she can fly.
So out of the timeout there, the Cougars with a C get 4 unanswered points here up, and they're up 13-0 with 13 in the first quarter, with the Cougars with a K still looking for their first basket. Crenning goes left, kicks it out to Young. Young's going to take the 3. Bingo!
Oh.
She is on fire.
Boy, and that's a big bucket to end that first quarter to go up 13-0 here.
Splashed a 3 from the corner. Young with 8 in the first quarter, and the Cougars are up 16-0. Let's hear from our sponsors.
Let's give a thanks to our gold and our silver sponsors here. Our gold sponsor, Signature Orthopedics, and also our silver sponsors, Athletico Physical Therapy, A&W All-American Food, Car Shield, CertaPro Painters, and New American Funding. Thank you very much for your support. You know, about that New American Funding, JT, that's the sponsor of our upcoming trivia night here at Lutheran High, which is coming up next month on Friday, February 24th. We already have 20-plus tables who have registered for that, so it'll be here at Lutheran High, and food and drink included with opportunity to come here and play some good trivia. 10 rounds of trivia, be some heads and tails, some over-under, and it'd be a great opportunity just to hang out with friends and family of Lutheran High while supporting Lutheran High activities.
That's exciting to hear, Doug.
Well,
Kind of a star-studded scores table down there tonight.
You know, you got the A1 team in there. You know, anytime you have Jim Clark sitting at a table, the rest of the guys really don't matter. You know, you got Jim Clark in there, and I say that tongue-in-cheek with one of them being the principal at Zion Lutheran, Mark Debrick, and also longtime clock man for both football and basketball, Bob Barnum.
Yeah, it's special crew down there. As the Cougars, as Sydney Young, what a first quarter, 8 points out of the 16 for the Cougars, and she hasn't seen anything she hasn't liked on both sides of the court.
I don't know if she's missed yet, has she?
I don't know. If she has, it's 1.
Well, and the Rosati-Kain is getting some decent looks at the basket here. They just haven't been able to hit one yet.
Rebound for North, and North's had a good game too. She's cleaning up a lot of messes. Playing great defense, too, as JJ brings it up. Hopefully she doesn't mind me calling her JJ. That's my dad's name, so it's respectful.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's a win.
Crenning likes that left hand inside the paint. Good drive off the mark. That's Williams who gets the rebound. Up and in. Boy, the offensive rebound has been an asset for the Cougars here tonight, up 18-0.
Yeah. Well, and if you're the Rosati-Kain Cougars here, you're just kind of looking for a bucket.
Yeah, you got to kind of stop the bleeding here, but, boy, it's kind of tough with this Cougars defense as they turn it over back to LHS again. Here comes LHS, a drive. That's JJ on the drive off the mark. She got a good look there, but that's going to be a foul on the Cougars with a C, and here comes Rosati-Kain the other way.
Yeah, you know, it looked like Jariah there could have gone up and got that rebound there, and like she got fouled when she went up, but obviously not called, and you wonder how much of that is the fact the Cougars are blanking the Cougars with a K. Rosati-Kain 18-0 at this point.
I think we've had this conversation in previous years, but what is a Cougar with a K?
Great question. I don't know. I think it's just because they're a school, you know, Rosati-Kain. So
with the K. Got it. And it's kind of
there we go.
3 ball. That'll light up a smile on the Rosati-Kain players.
Nice bucket.
So 18-3 as Rosati-Kain finally puts themselves on the board here in the second quarter, as JJ is going to make her defender come out and guard her here.
Well, you'd like to see these Cougars moving around. It's like, again, like you said, the offense is kind of stuck in the mud. Not a lot of movement and a lot of one-on-one play, and just they're getting a lot of offensive rebounds to lead this game pretty easily.
Oh, right through the wickets, Doug. You don't see that very often. Tough pass for North to handle there. As she in croquet, it went right through it.
Yeah, that was a nice pass just went right through her legs there.
And here comes Rosati-Kain the other way. North, man, she's a tough defender there. JJ out front, defends, and Crenning, and 14 is going to be called for a double dribble there. And
yeah, I didn't see that, but nevertheless, ball will go over to the Cougars.
That's a pink whistle both referees have not tonight. They must be preparing for next week.
Yeah, yeah. You know, so as this month kind of ends and gets into February here, the Association of the Officials is just, again, celebrating and recognizing those cancer survivors. So kind of a cool thing you're going to see not only next Friday night at Lutheran High, but also with officials for the next month.
Good pass there from Kuhlman to North. North was unable to finish it, and here comes Rosati-Kain the other way. The Cougars get back on defensive quickly and get set up. It looks like, have they dropped back in? Yeah, they've dropped back into a zone, I think, Doug. Or am I mistaken here?
That's exactly right. They were in that man.
No, they're in a man.
Yeah, they're in man now, but they're just kind of not. They're playing off the ball, not extending that half court like they were earlier in the game. And why would you with a 15-point lead?
14 from the same spot earlier. She misses it. Kuhlman, great block out there.
Yeah, you like to see a.
You know, Grace Kuhlman, not to interrupt you here, but I did.
Yeah, please.
But, you know, she used to be known for hitting the floor, you know, pretty much. We could count at least 10 times a game, Doug. It seems to have subsided.
She doesn't have it as many times anymore like she did back in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and even up into high school here.
Yeah.
My goodness, she'd have more falls on the floor than buckets.
She's definitely grown up, my goodness. Kuhlman inside to Williams, good move. Boy, speed there. Great pass by Kuhlman, and Williams just took off like a bullet to her right and turned around.
She really did.
Her defender didn't even realize she went around her as we dropped
a set of. I don't think Rosati-Kain was even ready for that on the defensive side.
20-3 Cougars with a C. I'm going to have to say that all night.
Right. Or, and the other thing, too, is Rosati-Kain also goes by RK. So if we want to call him, make it easier, instead of saying Rosati-Kain, just say RK.
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 Okay.
Okay, RK.
14, boy, she likes that left side there, but that's off the mark. And here comes North galloping down. Let's see what she does. They got a hand on it there, and we're still playing here, so Kuhlman kicks it to JJ. JJ for 3, off the mark. North's there for the rebound. Ooh. Up just off the mark. Crenning climbs the ladder, but the loose ball goes to RK.
I think Ellie North, she definitely is playing for that Cougar Award. That's about her 5th or 6th rebound already. She missed the little putback there, a little bunny. She probably want that one back. But she has been running the court, playing good defense and offense tonight.
Rosati needs to do some blocking out on the defensive side. So as a steal for the Cougars, and here comes LHS. Crenning drives, kicks to JJ. JJ, 16-footer off the mark, gets her own rebound. They're going to set it up. Very lethargic on offense right now, Doug.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a group of 3rd graders that you and I might know for basketball, huh?
There went Kuhlman with that runner again, and she was fouled.
That James Harden look-alike.
The defense has got to recognize that she loves to go to her left.
Mm-hmm. She's comfortable going to the left, for sure. Yeah, but I think you're right there. The movement is just off. The movement is just off with our offense. Again, you're saying that tongue-in-cheek because you're ahead of it. You're ahead 17 points with just 2 minutes remaining in this first half, but the offense has not been clean and clicking the way you want it to.
Kuhlman misses the first of 2, and here she goes with the second, and she's missing both, and Rosati-Kain blocked out on that one, and here comes RK the other way.
Good defensive pressure upon these Cougars here, not extending it past the 3-point line, but they've been playing good inside the 3-point line, JT.
Yeah, this defense tonight, man, RK has got their hands full with them. Kuhlman gets her hands in there, and that's going to be a jump ball. Well, I just said she hadn't hit the floor, and guess what? She goes down.
There she is. There's number 1. Thank goodness she has a bucket, so she has the same number of buckets as falls to the floor.
JJ's going to bring it up. Hand it to Crenning, and she's on the Cougar here. Sets up the offense, calls the play, over to Williams. Williams, tried to skip a pass over to Crenning, but they read that like a book, and here comes RK the other way. 14, same spot she shot about 6 other ones, just off the mark. Kuhlman didn't protect it there, and RK slipped in and got the jump ball.
No, I think she kind of started moving that ball around here when the first two girls were around, and then the third one came, and she just didn't do a good enough job pivoting out of that to maintain possession. Ball goes back over to RK.
And the chat line or the shout-out line is open. It's up on the screen there, but would love to hear from the fans. 314-497-3014. Williams with the steal. Kicks it to Kuhlman, and here come the Cougars. JJ surveys through the legs. Some fancy dribbling there. Kicks it to Krenning. Krenning goes baseline. 12-footer up and in. Great move there by Krenning.
Yeah, Cougars have made kind of a living here. They've had at least 10 points here right along the baseline. I mean, that's a tough shot.
Yeah, that left side has been used tonight for sure.
Yeah.
Looks like Young's going to sit the entire second quarter. Probably going to get some varsity time. Is that?
Yeah, so you're only allowed 6 quarters a day. So a lot of these girls will get their full 4 here and then be left with 2 quarters for the varsity game, or 3 and 3.
3 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, you're a smart guy to get the 6.
That's never been said, smart guy with my name, so I thank you. That makes me feel good.
And here comes North. Boy, look at the breakaway speed. Great left-hand layup.
Nice job.
That Cougar award, or Claw award, she smells.
Yeah, if the Claw award was only a half, I think she'd be the one getting it tonight. We'll see what happens in the second half here, JT.
Kuhlman pulls it away, and that's going to be a jump ball. Grace Kuhlman, though, on the defensive side, has made a big impact for the Cougars.
Yeah, she's done a nice job on the defensive end, getting a couple rebounds. Actually, I think 7 or 8 rebounds and 3 or 4 steals. So, done a nice job. And it looks like Coach Kreinkamp's calling for Jariah to take the last shot here. And, Cougars are going to go into halftime with this 20-point lead unless the Rosati-Kain can steal it here and get a quick, easy bucket.
JJ, nice move. Silky smooth in the paint. One-hander runner in for the bucket. JJ.
That was nice.
Ooh, spin move by Rosati-Kain just off the mark, and that's going to end the first half, Doug.
Well, I think we're going to have some highlights here of the first half, and we'll go into some of our sponsors, and then we'll be back with you the second half, huh, JT?
Yeah, we're going to take a little break here and see some highlights.
1, 2, 3. This is how it should be done.
three.
Funky beat. Hip hop. This is how it should be done.
Funky beat.
Hip hop.
One, two, three.
Funky beat. Hip hop. This is how it should be done.
Funky beat.
Hip hop.
One, two, three.
Funky beat.
Welcome back, you Cougar fans. JT Norville alongside Doug Kuhlman and our Director of Sports Technology, Brett Gossett.
Cancer Society to raise funds to help fight cancer. Officials working this game and games as well in the GAC, MCC, AAA conference all week will be making a donation of their game check towards the American Cancer Society. Last year, officials were part of raising approximately $20,000. We're hoping to exceed that total this year. You can tell that the officials are participating in this in their commitment to the campaign by using a pink whistle while officiating games all week. Their goal is to not only raise funds for a worthy cause, but also to bring awareness to the basketball spectators and to provide support to those affected by cancer. Gentlemen, we thank you.
Well, that's pretty cool, JT. We were talking earlier about these pink whistles, so if you couldn't hear that announcement, the officials wearing those pink whistles are donating their game checks, I believe was what the announcement said, to the ACS, to the American Cancer Society, not only in our conference here, the AAA conference, but also the Metro Conference and the Metro Catholic Conference, which is, Chaminade, CBC, DeSmet, so on and so forth, as well as the Suburban Conference, as well as the GAC. So you're talking about a lot of schools.
Well, they said 20,000
yeah.
last year, and they hope to exceed that this year. So
easily exceed that. You're talking about 75 to 80 schools, for this week. So that's incredible. That's awesome.
Senior night here tonight, the JV game. Haven't done as many games this year, but still, when we do them, it's special regardless, and especially doing a JV game, seeing some of these girls I've watched since they were young little pups over at Zion, so now they're young women, Doug, which is kind of scary.
It is when some of them are your daughters, right?
Yeah. And this is Barnes brings it up inside to North, who is the Claw Award favorite right now. Here comes RK the other way. Crenning mistimed the rebound, but Williams was there to pick it up. Look at North galloping. Downside to Young, that's number 10 on the night for her. Everything's looking easy coming out of her hands tonight.
Really is. And you like the way she ran that paint and caught that ball on the move and was able to put it up. That's a nice athletic move by Sydney Young.
10 for the night on here for Sydney Young. And Williams wasn't ready, missed the rebound, but she got the block there. Another casual block for the Cougars there. Ooh. Refs missed that one. That was a double dribble on Crenning, but they weren't anticipating it. So Crenning, 16-footer, nothing but net on the baseline.
Nice bucket. Crenning's really gotten a lot better this year too with her range, able to step back and hit some more of those deeper shots, those 16 to 18 footers. A lot more comfortable with that stroke from there.
So the Cougars with a C in white taking on Rosati-Kain, the Cougars with a K. We're calling the purple and gold team from Rosati-Kain RK to kind of shorten it up here and not cause the confusion with the double Cougars here tonight. As RK will go to the line here. And don't forget, folks, we've got our shout-out line open. Would love to hear from you. 314-497-3014. Hopefully you got some family and friends watching in from both RK and LHS tonight. Up and in for RK, and that's number 0.4 and 5 for them. 30-5 LHS. As Barnes crosses over up top. Young skip past to Williams. Williams kicks it over the Barnes. She's going to take the three. Yes!
Oh, nice shot.
Barnes.
Nice shot. Love that ball movement. That's ball movement the Cougars did not have in that first quarter or second quarter.
Big old smile from Barnes after she nailed that one. Ooh, Williams tries to poke it away, and it's out of bounds on LHS.
Rosati-Kain here is also in an interesting position. If you remember, earlier this fall, the Archdiocese came out and said that, unfortunately, Rosati-Kain and another school in the St. Louis area, St. Mary's Catholic, would be closed at the end of the year. And I know both those schools are undergoing fundraising campaigns and hopefully keep their doors open. We'll see. So you got to wonder, will these young ladies be at RK next year or will be at a different location?
Yeah, it's definitely been in the press for sure, as Williams is causing all kinds of fit for RK out front. She's caught it, well, you were talking about that there. She had a steal and a bucket out front, and then she just forced another steal. So Williams heard about the claw award up here and says, wait a minute, boys. Wait a minute. Hold your horses, if you will, on North and Young. Don't forget about me.
Yeah, we might have got ahead of ourselves, huh?
That's never happened.
No.
Barnes that was JJ from the corner off the mark. Williams with another steal, and she's saying, and casually gives it to Barnes, and that's a double dribble on Barnes.
Didn't see a double dribble there, but I'm also not an official.
Here comes RK across half court.
Well, you wonder here why some of these RK players, point guards, are picking up their dribble right when they're getting to half court. You kind of would like to see them extend that and get it 2 or 3 steps across to not have to go over and back.
I think Williams has caused a little bit of an issue for them from, seeing that threat coming across. And
yeah.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'd want to cross half court.
Right. I
With
think
that
you're
defense.
Right. Yeah, right. They're just extending that defense way out there. Well, and folks, after this game here, coming up, we'll have our senior night festivities. We'll have a new stream going, so we'll end this stream as soon as the game is over. And we will start with a new stream here.
It's a violation on JJ right in front of us. She came across the line here.
I think she's a little confused there. Thought she wasn't really going over the top, going in front.
But you got to respect the officials.
Yep. Ooh.
And that's a foul on Kuhlman. She knows it. She shakes her head.
Well, I think she thought she was going to get a steal there and go coast to coast with that ball. And
well, she has been trying to play James Harden tonight, so I think she was going to go down there and dunk.
Just take it down with authority. Oh, here it is.
Here it is. Here it is. Let's see if she throws it down. No, she's going to. Oh, and she misses the layup from the right side. You know, she loves that left side, not so much the right side.
I'm surprised. I was actually going to say, is she going to go up with her left hand? But she went up with her right like she should from that side, not her left, and just missed that layup.
Off the mark, 44 takes it on the head. Man, she's taking a beating tonight, Doug.
She really is. She's getting in there, mixing it up inside with the trees, and that one there just traveled as she turned around there.
Let's see if Kuhlman can shake it off. She's got the smile on her face, but she heard about the claw award as well and was going for that steal.
Mm-hmm. That's probably her 5th or 6th steal tonight, too.
Barnes is going to go stay outside, look for Williams. Williams goes inside, kicks it to JJ. Other side, JJ drives, floater. Ooh, 44 is down again. Is she okay, Doug?
Yeah, I think she just got dinged there. You just kind of hit bodies, and she gets back up, looks just fine.
Okay.
Keep playing. She just told the coach, I'm fine,
she's going to win the Kuhlman Award tonight.
I get down.
This Cougar defense has caused nothing but problems for RK. Has held them to 5 points here with 3 minutes in the third quarter. I'm JT Norville alongside Doug Kuhlman. Kuhlman on the floor. The Kuhlman Award winner and Kuhlman are on the floor.
Can you be the award winner, earning an award that has is your own name? Is that possible?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I love how North trots. She's got an interesting trot as she runs up the court there, Doug.
Yeah, she moves well. Like I said, real quick, fast young lady.
It's almost on her tiptoes a little bit. Williams thought about it. They're gonna give it to her. It's short. North, another offensive rebound. She puts it back up off the mark. Kuhlman's in there. They're gonna call over the back.
Oh boy.
Kuhlman breathed something out of her mouth there. She didn't necessarily like the call.
I don't think I've ever seen Grace Kuhlman get an over the back call ever.
Yeah.
That's probably a first.
37-5.
Well, you know, if this score holds and if the Cougars maintain this 30-point lead, there will be a running clock in the fourth quarter, so it'll be a quicker time for us to get over to the senior night festivities.
Williams causes a turnover. JJ takes it the other way. It's 39-5 for the Cougars. Let's see if they may claw back the defense here a little bit and let RK kind of get something set up
Get
here.
some shots.
Looks like they're not calling off the defense yet, because here come the Cougars again. JJ up, floater in. 39-5, 41, forgive me, and it looks like, let's see if Coach Kreinkamp makes an adjustment here. And let's hear from our sponsors.
Our bronze level sponsors: AMP Restoration, Anjon Manufacturing, the Kyle Hannigan Group, Ben Hur Construction, SCS Telecom Supply, Brannicky Hardware, Pallardy Electric, Midas Hospitality, ProCare Health, Impression Apparel, and Claims Adjusters. JT, you know a little something there about Midas Hospitality as the owner and CEO of that company. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you got going on right now project-wise?
Yeah, we just started a project, our third hotel out in Wentzville, Missouri. It'll be our second Marriott property out there. It'll be an extended stay hotel, a Town Place Suites. We've got several apartments going up out here in St. Charles County as well that we're very proud of. And we're about to open our Residence Inn in downtown Clayton, February 28th. Right next, overlooking Shaw Park. So a lot of exciting things.
Nice.
More to come as well, Doug. So visit us at MidasHospitality.com and check us out. We got great properties across the U.S. And another steal, and JJ is going to take it up and be fouled by 14, up and in, and going to have a chance for the +1 here.
Well, that was a nice take right there. You know, I was wondering there if Coach Kreinkamp was going to kind of have him back off a little bit here, because now you're ahead 43-5 as this time's ticking down in the third quarter here, and kind of no more fast breaks. But you know, kids want their opportunities to play. They deserve it, and that's the hard part here, whether it's the freshman, JV, or varsity level.
Look at North casually get the offensive rebound.
Boy, that was a nice play by Ellie North.
She's been fun to watch tonight, Doug. 45-5.
She just wanted it there more as this third quarter ticks down.
Well, fans have really started to come in here for this senior night. The varsity game, like Doug said, will be on a different stream here as JJ's fouled.
Well, you know, and as we gear up for this varsity game coming up here, you know, you got the Cougars coming off a couple of straight big wins, beating Arlington, Tennessee this last weekend. Team out of Tennessee, that game was played at Lutheran North, beat them by 30, 82-52. And interestingly enough, that game was 45 to, check that, it was 45-40 at halftime. So the Cougars outscored Arlington, Tennessee then 40-5, literally, no, 40-7, check my math there, in the second half. And then likewise a big win on Monday night at Borgia, a traditionally very, very, very strong team. Cougars just dismantled them 59-16 on the varsity level to run their record to 15-3. Whereas Rosati-Kain, who looked like coming off 5 straight losses here, their last win was on January 9th against Tolton. They beat them 40-21. And then before going on a 5-game losing streak against Lutheran South, Duchesne, St. Dominic, St. Clair, and Cardinal Ritter. So their record now stands at 5-10. It have been competitive in some games, and other games have just not been as competitive as their coach would most likely have them want to be. Tough schedule for these Rosati-Kain Cougars. An equally tough, if not tougher, schedule for the Cougars of Lutheran High. Couple key wins here this season, and we'll talk more during the varsity broadcast, but opening the season with a 45-41 record against Westminster, very solid opponent. A win, a 17-point win against MICDS in the tournament here at Lutheran High. A 9-point win at Union, who is now ranked in the top 10 of Class 5. Big win by 30 over Francis Howell Central, followed by a 20-point win against Lutheran North. And probably the biggest win on the schedule thus far is that 3-point victory over then number 1 ranked Helias Catholic out in Jeff City on the road here back in January 11th. That was a key game, JT. Being at that game, what a great environment. There was
we should have went on the road for that.
We should have. You know, if they'd allowed us to, we'd definitely been better than the announcers that Jeff City had, because I listened to them. We were better. And I mean, when I say we were better, you're better.
Well, it is a team effort, right? It's really the technology behind us that powers the engine here.
Amen.
So
time's ticking down here, JT.
Barnes kicks it to JJ, one-handed 3 off the mark. 44 kicks it, and the Cougars are not calling them off here. So let's see if that adjustment's made. Hopefully it's made in the fourth quarter, Doug.
Yeah, definitely want to see some good sportsmanship here. Again, you want to see teams play, kids play, but like the Cougars are not pressing right now here and letting them get the ball in bounds and hopefully set up for a shot for Rosati-Kain.
RK drives baseline. 14's done a lot of the work here for RK. A 3-ball by number 4, and that's off the mark for RK. 4 seconds left. Down to JJ. JJ goes up and in. Boy, she had a great third quarter there. JJ up with the bucket there.
And as we go to quarter here, we'll see some highlights of the first 3 quarters here before the fourth quarter comes back. We'll be back momentarily, folks.
Fourth quarter action here. This senior night here. We've kicked off the Claw broadcast. It's this JV game. It's the Cougars versus the Cougars. The Cougars with a C and the Cougars with a K. We got a whistle here from the Stripes.
Oh, didn't have the clock started here. Looks like that clock was set at 0. And our clock man there, who's normally on the ball, I think that's the first time I've ever seen Bob Burnham do that in
I think he was down there
15
drinking a
years
beer.
doing it.
Him and Debrick are down there sipping bourbon or something, I think.
not paying attention to the game.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we paying him for?
Talking about the Chiefs down there or something. All right, restarted here. Crenning. Kicks at the
Almost
north.
traveled there.
North. Didn't get it to Barnes in time, but moving around the circle, and Young's back in this fourth quarter. She won it on the baseline there in the corner. Good pass by Crenning inside Young. That's blocked by Rosati-Kain, and here comes RK the other way. Here comes, look at the speed North has. She looks up, loose ball. Boy.
Ooh, almost we're going to go down the ground there. I saw it coming. I saw it
If
coming.
it would have been 44, both her and Kuhlman would have been down there.
Yeah, that was close. Oh, and we've seen 44 for Rosati-Kain on the ground a couple times, too.
Yeah, she's taking a couple
Yeah,
headshots.
she
She's
has.
going to be sore in the morning for sure. Steal by North. She gallops across half court here. Kicks at the Barnes. This is a running clock here. Kuhlman.
And it has now happened twice. Ball gets stuck. One
Let's-
time it's up top, and one time it is just off that mark. And I think that goes officially as a jump ball, does it not?
Yeah. These refs are not
They're struggling.
equipped.
They're struggling here. There we go. We're coming. We're coming. Yeah, I think that goes down as a jump ball here. So actually, Cougars will maintain possession here. We'll see if our director of sports technology, Brent Gossett, can put this as a highlight. I like to think he can. Potentially might go on Twitter. There we go. 7th time's a charm.
Doug, I think the problem is those shirts that the refs are wearing are restrictive, so
I
they
think so.
can't get extension, right?
They can't get their muscles into that one.
And they don't want their shirt to come untucked,
Well,
right?
absolutely not. You wouldn't want to do that.
Oh, well, a little comedy relief here in the
You need it. You need
fourth
it.
quarter is we've seen both refs struggle
Well, you know,
with unlodging the basketball
right?
from the rim.
It would have been nice if the clock would have just kept running that whole time.
We've added 5 minutes on this game from them
Seriously.
trying to get the balls unlodged.
Definitely going to be seeing that one on social media tonight.
Oh, goodness. Well, that was worth the price of admission tonight, if
Darn right.
anything. So, outside these seniors, I mean, watch these girls play 4 years here.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see Megan Albert there and Layla Yoon to be able to celebrate them. And as our cheerleaders come walking on in for tonight's contest, good to have our cheerleaders here as well. And looking forward to an exciting contest here and a good night for our friends and family here, especially our seniors.
Here comes RK.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Young gets the rebound.
Kind of looking to not necessarily push the ball up the court here, and that's probably a wise decision with a 44-point lead, as this clock going to be ticking down in the fourth quarter with a running clock here now.
North kicks it to Young. Young over to Barnes.
Well, it looks like we got about 4.5 minutes to make a decision here on this Claw Award here, and there's a couple kids who are in the running here.
Look at that by North. She's got these long arms. I mean, she didn't get the rebound, Doug,
No,
but
she.
it's like she's picking, out of. I mean, somehow the refs don't call an over the back because it doesn't look like one.
No, she just gets up there, and she's just such an athlete to be able to get them up there and
she's
make
like
it
a
happen.
spider.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see a nick or hear a nickname?
I don't know. A spider? You think so?
I don't know what it is. It's something. Off the mark by Barnes. Kuhlman cleans it up.
Oh.
She's going to get a +1 as
And here's what you like to see, this clock running and just a free throw. So it's a good thing. The clock's going to keep running here, get quicker over out into this senior night, get right into the pregame festivities.
would love to hear from the fans out there. 314-497-3014. The shout-out line is open. We heard from the Hartmans tuning in from Kansas City, Lee Summit area.
Mm-hmm.
The Hartmans are always faithful listeners.
Well, I'm excited to see this Lady Cougar team play here, the Lutheran High team. We're kind of coming into the game now at full strength. You've had a great season from Albert and Kennedy Stowers and Chloe Reed and Kyrie Franken and Allie Oranger. And now with Jordan Spicer just coming back into the lineup here, just playing 8 games this season. She is obviously, we remember her from last year leading the entire St. Louis area in scoring. So with her back and kind of working her way back to full strength, Cougars are going to be a tough out as we go forward with this season, JT.
Yeah, it's always a special team. Watch the play, and especially at full strength with Dr. Spicer back in the lineup.
Well, we're getting to 2.5 minutes here as the Cougars are going to be off in the running. We'll be taking a vote up here for the Claw Award. And JT, this is one of those days where we don't like to do it, but sometimes we have to.
Yeah,
we have done that.
We'll tally it up here in the booth and see what
see where we're at.
Our DOST, Director of Sports Technology, they call him Mr. Dost. The RK is going to take it out of bounds. That's off Williams. 51-7. Senior night, as you can start to hear the buzz here in the gymnasium. The Cougar Den over there is starting to fill up.
Well, we have a decision here. The Claw Award tonight, JT, is going to go to
Ella North. Congratulations to Ella North. She'll get a T-shirt after the game and maybe a photo with the booth here.
Oh,
I'm sure she'll be
absolutely get one.
excited at that, and maybe we can sneak her up here for a interview as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Get a little halftime interview up here. I think, you know, and interestingly enough, that Claw Award brought to you by
Midas Hospitality and Rootberry, both sponsors of that Claw Award. And it's really, somebody that does all the little things out there on both sides of the court and plays with the, the team in mind.
Well, the nice thing about that Claw Award, too, kind of when we started that, or when you started that here, years and years ago, it was kind of like, what is this thing? And now when I see the kids up and down the hallway walking with shirts on, it's kind of, it's not kind of a sense of pride. It is prideful that, hey, I won this. I earned this. We're not just giving them out up here like candy.
Doug, you gave one out to a third grader here last week. We coach a team together, and Nora Streeter won the Claw Award, and I gave her the shirt, and I didn't tell you this, but she wore it that night to bed.
She wore it that night.
Yeah. So,
nice.
Congratulations to her and her performance.
Absolutely. That is awesome.
Deep three for 14 off the mark, and this is going to wind down here. It's going to be a 52-7 victory here. Congratulations to the JV team here and Ella North for the Claw Award. We'll be ending this stream and starting the senior night varsity